Top 10 richest rulers in the history. There are too much rulers who ruled on the world for different time durations, but history can remember those who have some potential and power. You know, those who have money must have power. Today in the video, we're going to discuss the top 10 richest rulers in the history. These rulers are the richest rulers ever remembered by history. The video is going to be amazing and wonderful, so make sure you stick till the end. Let's go toward our video without wasting time. Number 10. Muammar Gaddafi. Muammar Muhammad Abu Minyar Gaddafi, commonly known as Colonel Gaddafi, was a Libyan revolutionary, politician, and political theorist. During the conflict between Libya and USA, authorities were able to find $37 billion worth of assets found in UK, Germany, France, and Italy. Muammar Gaddafi was an outspoken and controversial leader of Libya who was never afraid to speak his mind out, even if it would attract some unfavorable results. He had a knack of touching on sensitive issues, and he always stood by his words. Some of his words would draw a lot of attention and criticism, but he never backed away from them. Some of his memorable and enduring quotes. Number 1. Americans are good people. They have no aggressions against us, and they like us as we like them. They must know I don't hate them, I love them. I hear it's a complex society inside. Many Americans don't know about the outside world. The majority have no concern and no information about other people. They could not even find Africa on a map. I think Americans are good, but America will be taken over and destroyed from the inside by the Zionist lobby. The Americans don't see this, they're getting decadent. Zionists will use this to destroy them. Number 2. Reagan plays with fire. He doesn't care about international peace, he plays as if he was in the theater. Reagan wants to dominate the world, he wants to find justification to make war. If he does this, if it goes on like this, a cataclysm will take place. Reagan should come and see that I am not a terrorist in a trench with a grenade in my pocket. Number 9. William the Conqueror. William the Conqueror, and sometimes William the Bastard, was the first Norman king of England, reigning from 1066 until his death in 1087. A descendant of Rollo, he was Duke of Normandy from 1035 onward. His wealth is estimated at $228 billion. William, bastard son of Robert, Duke of Normandy, was born 1028. In 1035, William's father Robert died and William became Duke of Normandy. In June 1066, Edward the Confessor died. William expected to be offered the crown as promised in 1064. He was dismayed to hear the Godwin's son had taken the crown for himself and planned to invade England. In September 1066, William, Duke of Normandy, landed at Pevensey in the south of England and began the battle took place at Senlac Hill. Harold ordered his Saxon army to make a shield wall at the top of the hill. William's army made the first attack but was held off by the shield wall. Successive attacks by the Normans continued to be held off by the shield wall. Sometime later, however, some Saxons thought they heard a cry that William had been killed. The Saxon believes that they had won the battle, broke the shield wall, and chased the retreating Normans down the hill. A march towards Hastings. Number 8. Mir Osman Ali Khan. His Exalted Highness Nawab Sir Mir Osman Ali Khan Siddiqui, Asaf-Jan VI GCSI GBE, was the last ruler of the princely state of Hyderabad and Berar. He ruled Hyderabad between 1911 and 1948 until it was annexed by India. His wealth is estimated at $230 billion. Number 7. Tsar Nicholas. Nicholas was the 7th most richest ruler in the history. Nicholas II, or Nikolai II, known as Saint Nicholas, the Passion Bearer in the Russian Orthodox Church, was the last emperor of Russia, ruling from 1st November 1894 until his forced abdication on 15 March 1917. His net worth is said to be at $300 billion. Number 6. Solomon. Solomon was the 6th richest ruler in the history. Solomon, also called Jedediah, was, according to the Hebrew Bible, Old Testament, Quran, and Hadiths, a fabulously wealthy and wise king of Israel who succeeded his father, King David. His net worth is estimated at $2.2 trillion. Number 5. Augustus Caesar. He was the 5th richest ruler in the history. Augustus was a Roman statesman and military leader who was the first emperor of the Roman Empire, controlling Imperial Rome from 27 BC until his death in 14 AD. His status as the founder of the Roman Principe has consolidated an enduring legacy as one of the most effective and controversial leaders in human history. His net worth is equivalent to $4.63 trillion in current times. Number 4. Akbar I. Akbar I was the 4th richest ruler in the history. Akbar I was the 3rd Mughal emperor who reigned from 1556 to 1605. Akbar succeeded his father Humayun under a regent, Behram Khan, who helped the young emperor expand and consolidate Mughal domains in India. A strong personality and a successful general, Akbar gradually enlarged the Mughal Empire to include nearly all of the Indian subcontinent north of the Godavari River. His power and influence, however, extended over the entire country. Because of Mughal military, political, cultural, and economic dominance, his net worth is at $21 trillion in the current times. Mughal Emperor Abu al-Fath Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, better known as Akbar, used to be often remembered for his state policy as it promoted secularism and was aimed at Sulh Kul, or universal peace and amity. Unfortunately, today he is a maligned historical personage in some parts of Pakistan. Akbar had extended his domain over a large territory and created what was often called the world's mightiest empire at that time. Yet some of the historians and authors of textbooks in Pakistan either does not mention his name or tarnish his image by accusing him instead of Aurangzeb for the downfall of the Mughal Empire. The reason advanced for this is that the latter had vehemently criticized Akbar's incorporation of non-Muslims in the Muslim state. He has been criticized for bringing Hindus and Muslims together in his empire. The policies pursued by him contradict the two-nation theory, which eventually led to the partition of the subcontinent and the formation of Pakistan. Akbar, then, is seen as someone whose ideas threatened to put the Mughal Empire in danger, and later even made the demand for a separate nation based on religion seem baseless. Number 3. Zhao Zu. He was the third richest ruler in the history. Emperor Shenzong of Song, personal name Zhao Zu, was the sixth emperor of the Song dynasty in China. His original personal name was Zhao Zongzhen, but he changed it to Zhao Zu after his coronation. He reigned from 1067 until his death in 1085. His estimated net worth is at $30 trillion. Number 2. Genghis Khan. He was the second richest ruler in the history. That would amount to $194 billion in 2018 dollars. Genghis Khan is undoubtedly one of the most successful military leaders of all time. As leader of the Mongol Empire, which at its height stretched from China to Europe, he controlled the largest contiguous empire in history. Number 1. Mansa Musa. He was the first richest ruler in the history. Mansa Musa was the emperor of the Mali Empire who had a net worth of $400 billion. Mansa Musa was born in 1280 and passed away in 1337. He was the 10th Mansa, which means King of Kings or Emperor. When Musa rose to power, the Malian Empire consisted of territory that belonged formerly to the Ghana Empire. Mansa Musa held titles such as Lord of the Mines of Wangara, Emir of Mel, and Conqueror of Ghanata. He was appointed deputy of Abu Bakr II, who never returned from an expedition. Mansa Musa was a devout Muslim who went on a pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324. He took 60,000 men and 12,000 slaves who each carried 4 pounds of gold bars. Musa was responsible for a lot of building, including mosques and madrasas in Gao and Timbuktu. The most famous piece of construction during his reign was the Sankor Madrasa, or University of Sankor. Mansa Musa's death is debated among historians and Arab scholars. He ruled for 25 years and his calculated date of death is 1332, but others have it as 1337. Mansa Musa was the 14th century West African ruler who was so rich his generous handouts wrecked an entire country's economy. According to Rudolph Butch-Ware, associate professor of history at the University of California, contemporary accounts of Musa's wealth are so breathless that it's almost impossible to get a sense of just how wealthy and powerful he truly was. Mansa Musa was richer than anyone could describe, Jacob Davidson wrote about the African king. This was all for today. Hope you must like the video. Don't forget to support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, hit the bell icon for more updates and notifications, stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching.